I saw a post you made about the man in the middle. Are you
Uh-huh.
familiar? Are you familiar with him?
I barely. I know
Barely.
he's
Okay.
he's under 30,
Okay.
rapper for Florida,
Okay.
Bossman Dlow.
Bossman Dlow for sure.
Uh
And he's popular and kind of on the rise, maybe. But how when you made the post,
Whoa,
how do
hold,
you
hold,
feel?
hold, hold on, hold on.
Go
On
ahead.
the rise. Still,
But
is he
but
still on the rise, Brandon? Did
but
somebody
that's
click his
okay.
switch off?
But that's what I want to say because everybody wanted to feature from him. He was the hottest popular rapper because his style was a little different at the time.
It's
But to
not
me,
different.
but that's what I'm saying. To somebody like me and you, I guess we've been along, we've been around in the rap game, on the outside watching long enough that we know, okay, this is just something that's not going to last because it's not a lot of substance. His verses are kind of creative a little bit because it's something. Oh, he has an old school kind of thing where he raps about like Blake Griffin and Habat, popular stuff like that. But
Correct.
I didn't
He
think.
he
Go
he
ahead.
reminded me of the hottest lyric in 2005.
There you go. See, I'm glad we're on
Get
the
your
same page.
get your head bust like a pineapple.
Right, right. But people stopped kind of rapping like that, but he kind of brought it back. So it's kind of refreshing to young ears, I guess. And they was trying to boost him up. So when you made the post you made, how were you feeling? Or what do you see when you see that type of rapper? Or
Okay, well, hold on. First, you talk about the post. What
Mhm.
did I say in the
I
post,
can't I
Brandon?
can't remember. I can't remember exactly, but I said shoot, we'll talk about it because I want to add. I want your raw reaction when I
I
when I ask you about something.
I said in a climate like this,
Mhm.
you need to be like Mr. Pot Scraper
Yeah, you did
on
say that.
everything.
Okay.
All
What is
right, Brandon. It's so open. What is scraping a pot to you, Brandon?
to me that means you cooking up, you hustling. You may be making drugs to sell on the block. Like you really grinding. I took it as that. I took it when you said that, that's what I took it as.
Okay, so if Brandon Mind said scrape the pot, so Brandon talk about scraping that residue off them pots to get every get every
Right,
to get
right.
every flake off the side. We're busting on the streets to be
Right.
flaked up.
Uh, so
Okay,
go ahead. I'll let
so
you finish.
Brandon's talking about hustling in that way. See, a pot scraper could be, hey, I ate these beans for 4 days. All right.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
These black eyed peas for 4 days. I got a little left in the pot. I can go to Wendy's, get a 4 for 4, or I
Uh-huh.
can scrape that pot.
Okay.
In a
Okay.
climate like this, Brandon, what should I do?
You should stay home.
There you go.
But what are
So
most people doing? Are most people staying home, or they like, shoot, I want to try something new at this restaurant, or I want to get a sandwich from Arby's. I want
now,
what?
most yeah, they staying home. People ain't
You
doing
think
nothing.
so?
Yeah,
Okay.
they ain't doing nothing. They see all these people get laid off. Trump done laid off 60 million people.
Okay. But let me go
It's
to
technically less than that, but that's how many gonna be affected.
well, let me go to another post that you made. You said I can't remember what year you said bad loans on home appliances, house appliances. In 2026, bad loans on food. Oh, fast food, you said. So you
Uh
think that's what we heading to? Or
yes, sir.
yeah.
What's going on, people? In the 60s, 50s, and 40s, Brandon's grandma begged his granddaddy for a washing machine, right?
Okay, I'm with you.
Begged. All right. Because what she was doing, she had to run a fire in the backyard, put a big pot out there, put the clothes in there.
Right.
But since they just got electricity in the house,
Uh-huh.
they can plug up a washing machine up in there.
Yeah.
So she begged them. Brandon grandpa, he was known for sweeping up floors. He didn't make that lots.
Allegedly, but go ahead.
Buffet floors,
Okay.
you know. And that washing machine costs $125, the
Mhm.
equivalent of $2,000 right now.
Today. Okay, I'm with you.
If if hold on, if George W. Bush went in there, didn't have the money,
Mhm.
they'll give them a loan. Hey, payment plan. You got to pay us 10%. and hey, you could get it.
Okay.
Brandon come up there looking like
What, Bojangles? What? I
shoot,
got
looking
a
like
suit
Diddy
on.
Kong. Yeah. Brandon's papa coming there looking like Diddy Kong. He said, "Can I get the same plan?"
What they say?
Nah,
Yes, right? Because they don't see
yeah,
color.
but the interest gonna be 50% this time.
Okay.
It's gonna be 50%. So Brandon and Granddaddy sweeping those floors, making less.
Uh-huh.
Gotta pay double for that same washing machine. So
Okay.
right now, they have it. People be getting predatory loans for Bojangles chicken, baby.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
It does. If you hungry right then, well, if you say you hungry right then,
Yeah.
and your paycheck is they go let this split your paychecks over 2
So you can
paychecks.
get some food. But that is
Why?
what they're doing. That is
Why?
what they're doing.
Why not drop $18 at Bojangles?
Yeah, that makes sense in the today, the now, but when it affects your paycheck later, you're gonna be like, well, maybe I should have planned, and maybe I should have had something at home to eat, or maybe I should
Nah,
have been
but
meal prepping. Go ahead.
they
What?
just go take that. See, it's a cycle. It's a snowball effect. You didn't have that $18,
Mm-hmm.
so what it tells me, you probably ain't gonna never have that $18 your whole
Never.
life.
Yeah. Every day of my life, I ain't gonna have it.
Yeah. So what happened is, you get the paycheck. They take out $9, half of it.
Yeah.
Man, you needed that $9, but you needed this $9 on some breaks. You know, you know.
Yeah.
So you forgot about the meal. Now your breaks is getting low.
Yeah.
The next week they take out the next $9. The Bojangles chicken paid for, but you already $9 in the hole on your
Right.
breaks,
Right.
and already $9 behind on your cell phone bill.
Yeah.
Watch this, Brandon. If they got rid of regular cell phone bills
Mm-hmm.
and everybody with the prepaid, half of the service be cut off right now, right? In America.
And why is that? Because most people paying on interest or with interest or credit, they're not necessarily paying money down for the minutes that they're using in the month
No,
period. What?
because Brandon got the credit line that if he's short this month, his service is still roll on. They're rolling in the next month and charge a penalty
But
on it.
no, but
Brandon got that
I wouldn't be
service.
able to. You said I do have that service?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you've done that before, ain't it?
I
One
have.
time in your life.
I probably have. I probably have when I was
Me
younger.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Them $75 Verizon bills in
Yeah.
2004 used to hit different.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
But I think. Go ahead.
So if you with the prepaid, you can't roll nothing over. If you don't have the money, your service getting
It's
cut
off.
off.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's off.
But you think that's better for the companies or worse doing that prepaid like that if everybody was?
Better for the companies because you get the person in debt.
This the way, but okay.
You get them in debt.
Okay.
Yeah. So they already have. See, Brandon, they can run a bag up on your broke ass. You know.
but how is that? But I think consumers don't care. Like, we live in the now, so as long as I can do what I want to do on my phone and I have service and it's the new iPhone, I'm happy. Yeah, you can charge me whatever you want to charge me every month. I'm not worried about it. As long as I got enough money at the end of the month to make sure everything stay on, I'm okay. I'm not necessarily thinking about interest rates. I'm not thinking about how much money I'm actually spending on the phone or the service. I'm not trying to look for better deals. Like, I'm not trying to go to Verizon and see what their deals are like, or AT&T or T-Mobile. I'm happy where I'm at. I don't have to worry about it. Everything is on.
And they're running the bag up on you.
For sure.
You know, right now, somebody they can't pay the $1,000 for Verizon, so they can't use Verizon for the rest of it.
You're right. Yes.
How many people?
There's a lot of people.
You heard that story before?
Yes, I heard that story before.
Okay, I heard the story before. That's what I'm talking about. They run the bag up on you, but everybody ain't gonna be sucked out like that. You know,
but
sometimes gonna pay.
Okay, let me ask you this. Sometimes do they have bogus charges on you? They say because it's happened to me. I've had AT&T internet service before, and they say I turned my equipment in, I mailed it off. Couple years later, if I try to switch to AT&T, they say, "Well, Brandon, it's you got an outstanding bill with us. You didn't turn your equipment in." Have you ever heard of a story like that, or do you believe me?
Here's the thing with Brandon.
Go ahead.
For every bogus charge, you got 100 non-payments.
What you mean for me, or you talking about somebody
So,
else?
so
Well, go
every
ahead.
time when Brandon said it was a bogus charge, it does happens. But I guarantee
Okay.
you got 100 people
Yeah.
that contract I
Yeah,
signed.
for
I ain't
sure. For
paying this
sure.
money.
Yeah, yeah. For
This
sure.
is money.
They say, well,
So,
let's just let it cut off, and I already got another place I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna go to T-Mobile. I'm gonna get a cricket phone for a
so
little while.
what it tells me with Brandon in this case, Brandon, do you want me to get on you a little
Go
bit?
ahead. Go ahead, because I
Brandon
love it.
wasn't mature enough. He wasn't
Okay.
following his bills.
Uh-huh.
He didn't watch the closeout. He didn't get a tracking number on
Yeah,
his
right.
equipment.
And that's what you have to do. That was the mistake. Because if you send something off, you go to Amazon store, they will give you a receipt where the number is, and you can look into it and make sure they got it. So you'll have proof that they got it, and they can keep it off your bill, right?
Correct. Right now, 2 years ago, when Brandon lived in ATL,
Uh-huh.
did you track your equipment back, Brandon? Nope.
No, I didn't.
Shit, you probably
But
still owe
until
some money right now.
no, but that's what happened. We went to just try to see about getting AT&T when we came back down here because we had it in Georgia, and that was the issue. They were trying to say that we owed them, but we ended up getting it straightened out. So
Just a recent story.
yeah, this is recent. Since I
Oh
moved
Lord.
back, since I
You
moved
see,
back, what's it called? Go ahead.
I lined it up. This how it happens, people. You,
I know
I,
that's
we didn't talk about none of this stuff.
no.
I lined it up. This how it
Mm.
happens. And that's why sometimes you need to go to check to see if you could claim money. You got money out there that people owe you.
For sure.
Just like Brandon could leave a bill in ATL and didn't pay the money. All he had to do was call him. They told him he didn't read the fine print. He just said, "Fuck y'all." Yeah.
Correct.
You can check. Sometimes you overpaid, and that money
Yeah.
goes back to the state, and you go quantify.
Yeah.
You can apply for that. We did 2 videos on that.
Yeah. And currently we had HTC. I'm not sure if you're familiar with HTC, the cable company. And now they got Spectrum, which is Time Warner basically with a different name. So we switched over, turned my equipment in, went there, got a receipt. Been having Spectrum for a while, and I've checked my bill, make sure I didn't owe anything. I just checked it maybe 3 days ago because they still send me email, balance saying zero, saying I don't have anything. The security system stuff is turned in. So from that last situation, I got to make sure that now when I'm switching stuff over, that I take care of it because it's so easy for somebody to say, "No, you ain't paid, you didn't turn it in. We don't got it. Where's your proof?" So now the proof is the thing is on me to present my evidence saying, "No, I did turn it in. Here's the information." And that's something I've learned from you because I'm not necessarily the best with paperwork and all that kind of stuff. But I know one thing about Lewis, he documents everything,
I don't talk
time,
about
date.
everything.
Here,
I don't
okay. See,
do that.
we trying to
I don't do it. See,
okay,
I
when
only
it's
got my
when it's
watch on today. I can't even see what time it is. I can't.
I got you. But when it's time to document, it's time to keep track of something. If you present a case or you think something, you want to have evidence that you following the steps. If you have somebody's equipment or whatever else is going on, you want to make sure you got your paperwork. That's
and it's
all.
about to get worse. And this is why politics matter. So if they slow down the mail service and lose
Uh-huh.
more packages,
Mm.
these companies gonna be on your ass for equipment they paid $2 for it, but they're gonna charge you
When
$100 something
yeah. Yeah.
because a post people lost their bills.
Yeah.
Can't
And that
wait.
does happen. That does happen. Like you say, if the economy is messed up, and that's an area that can be messed with too. So it's going to affect us in general. But this rap stuff up. I was just curious if you knew about that guy, and he's on the decline, in my opinion. I think, people were trying to make it seem like he may have longevity, but people for some reason they'll get tired of certain sounds. I don't know if you know the white rapper that's on the well, go ahead. What you about to say? Go ahead.
It's the people. If you don't watch yourself You could
Mhm.
pick up your phone and get hooked on shorts. Could take out 5 minutes out your day
For
like
sure.
it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
And it's instant entertainment, instant gratification.
Yeah.
People are always on to the next one. With
Yeah.
the guys are always on to a fatter booty in
Yeah.
their mind. But if you turn the lights on, the thing's flatter than white bricks. you know, you know,
Right.
the women's always want a big baller, somebody next money. But
Yeah.
you go on, he's scamming. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
People, that's how it's they
And I
can't
think that's how the music
settle down.
industry is. Is the music industry a scam? Like we always think these rappers have a lot of money. They got jewelry. You know, they show us their cars, where they stand. But we all know that the rappers they getting a loan from the company, the music, the label that they're with, and that's
Oh,
something they
whoa.
got to pay. Okay, well, go ahead. What
Whoa,
you don't
Brandon,
think so?
don't remove accountability for people. Is music people to scam, and
So how do you?
every
Go ahead.
person besides you didn't work with Suge Knight took
I forgot
took
you.
took the pen and
Uh-huh.
signed a contract. How it's a
Uh-huh.
scam and you willingly signed a contract?
Well, it can still be a scam. Just like if somebody calls an elder person on the phone and you don't know any better or you don't have any knowledge of the game that they're trying to run. Same. I don't think you. I don't think in 2025 is a scam because we all
Wrong,
know.
Brandon.
We all know
Elderly,
what they're doing. Go ahead.
elderly people got a cognitive imperative. They are legally can't talk about business, and you committing fraud, breaking the law. All
Okay.
right,
Okay.
everybody know that.
Okay. So you
And the people who prey on elderly people, Trump need to lock everyone up for 10 years.
for sure. But I think a lot of these rappers, they didn't have the best education. They didn't go to school. A lot of them dropped out or not reading the contract, starving, hungry. You think they knew exactly how the contract was set up, or they just
Brandon,
didn't? Go ahead. Go
y'all
ahead. I'm
from the
listening.
same neighborhood. Y'all got the same education. What you talking about?
So so you saying me, you, and them, we're on
Yeah.
the same plane? No, but that's not true. And I think the way people do contracts, they mislead people. They're not, the lawyer that they'll give you is working for them, not you.
In the seventh grade, I'll put niggas in the torture rack in class, people. you know,
Uh
ain't you was there, Brandon?
yes, I
Did you?
was. How much?
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. Back then, when people were signing contracts, you didn't know anything about the music business or how it was going to work. But I think today it's a lot different. If you sign on a contract, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. You can't
So
complain.
why you use the word scam? Don't change the goalpost.
Well,
Why
I'm
you
not.
say
I'm not
it?
saying to. Yeah, yeah. But I think it's a trap. I say it's a trap because we're always the entertainment. We're always working to make somebody else more money. Whether it's the NFL, NFL is not necessarily a trap, but it's always going to be people get to a point where I'm working, I'm making a lot of money, but now I'm looking up and I'm seeing the owners, and it's like, hey, I want to make the money they're making and save my body and spend time with my family, but for some reason I can't do it, and I'm locked in this contract. Now I don't want to play. Now I want to sit out. Now I want to protest. I want to be traded. How do you feel? You
Bossman Dlow, if it
uh
wasn't for this rap career, I got a feeling his ceiling would be a 3 bedroom corporate apartment
but okay,
on,
but now
on the sixth floor.
I agree, but
Now
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he purchased a house, Brad. He would never
Yeah.
buy that house if it wasn't for this music thing, Brandon.
But
You
but
know
like
it.
we said, he's elevated his life now. That's a thing in the past. Now his new life, he's looking up some more. So now he's like, well, shoot, I should have even more. I should have ownership. I should have a label. I should have
Who
some
knows?
artists, huh?
D-Lo, he could only want a big booty hole and a boom box.
I
If
think that's
that
where. Yeah, go
if
ahead, go ahead.
if that was his max,
Uh huh.
he won the game, Brandon.
Uh huh.
A lot of black kids just want money, $1,000 in their pockets and Michael Jordan tennis shoes. If
And a
they
little
get that,
thing and a little
they
hood
won.
thing. Yeah, yeah. But I think after a while, when his candle starts to fade out a little bit, because he's giving people money probably a little bit, that stuff runs out at a certain point, and now it's like, okay, now how do I get back hot again? And then you're looking at the label, they like, we're not about to put any music out for you because you're not hot enough. You're gonna cost us more money putting an album out or putting promotion into you. So we're gonna have to shelve you like we do a lot of artists. And I think that's why a lot of people get frustrated. Players, artists, whatever it is, people get frustrated because, like you said, you signed the contract, everything was good on signing day. But at the end of the contract or midway, you feel unhappy, you feel like you deserve more, or you want to do more, but they're going by what the contract says. It doesn't. The contract's not
Hold
set
on.
up.
Okay. All right. What were we talking about?
No, just saying how you like you say you sign a contract, things are good on that day, but when it comes to the middle of the contract or the end of the contract, now it's not really in your favor. It's more in the label's favor or the institution's favor. But you can't be mad at them for playing their role. You know, they boosted you up as much as they could, which helped them. They took a risk on you, but now you can't be mad towards the end of the contract that you don't feel like you have enough money or control as you want.
You're right. So you got to be wise. Get your team around it. Get a person on your side to read the contract, tell you the positives and the negatives. So,
and I was gonna ask you too. Do you know this rapper on the right? I think he got the #1 album. This is Playboy Cardi. Never heard of, but like I say,
I
we're
heard his name before.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
What song? Name one of his songs.
I can't really, but they you know, because now we're older and they kind of all sound the same. If I had to generalize it, it's like I don't know. It's like rock and roll with rap, kinda, and
He got a big ass head though.
he does look a little. It look a little funny, but
Look at that,
yeah,
Brandon.
yeah, it look a little
Why they
abnormal, and
do
it
him
look.
like that?
Nah, I don't know. That's a weird picture for sure.
Got
Or this.
Olive Garden selling mode on top of his head. Yeah. Why they do him like that?
Nah, that's a bad picture. But or this artist over here, he's more underground. He's a white rapper. You've heard of Yeet?
Is
He
that the
does.
guy from England?
I don't know. I think he's from Canada or Toronto or somewhere up there, Vancouver. But he raps with Drake. He does his own thing. He got a big underground movement. He's one of the top artists too. But like, is nobody like that's how you know we getting older when it comes to music because like back when we were younger listening to music, we wasn't really trying to listen to what our parents would listen to as far as hip hop because you know they would still listen to some hip hop. But we
Nah,
had our
wrong.
but listen what I'm saying. You had your own artist that you started to listen to, even if you listen to what some of your parents listened to too, because we did, but it's totally different now because go ahead. What you want to say? Go ahead.
My parents ain't never listened to no damn hip hop.
So they ain't listen to Curtis
No,
Blow or Sugar
no.
Hill Gang. Yeah, they've
Born
heard
in the
they've
early 1950s, Brandon.
so your mom didn't listen to any like even though Lauryn Hill's not hip hop per
Nope,
se.
never.
She listened. Okay, well my mom kind of did listen to some of that stuff. She heard some of it on the radio. That's just a fact. My mom actually bought Lauryn Hill CD. But go ahead.
Okay, that's about the only one. What else did she buy? What a rap artist?
Will Smith. Well, how about
besides
what I'm saying? What I'm
What's up,
saying is
JT? How about
shout out.
anybody else?
But what I'm saying is they had their own music and we had our music, right? When we were
No,
introduced to
you made a bold statement. Your
Go ahead.
parents was born in the 50s.
Uh-huh.
And you talk about they was listening to hip hop in the
Whether
90s.
okay. So your parents didn't listen to no hip hop. Well, what I'm saying is they had their music, whether it was Curtis Mayfield or Anita, whatever genre or style of music they had, you started having yours. You heard some of theirs, but you was pushing yours more, right? Then that's
I guess, yeah. I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. But now kids nowadays, they don't really care about 50 Cent or, you know, Ja Rule or some of the stuff we were big on back then. They or the Hot Boys, really, even though the Hot Boys is still trying to be a thing in 2025. Like these are their stars. They like Playboy Cardi or and Future may be a little older, but they're fine with Bossman Dlow for right now, even though they don't see that he's getting ready to fizzle out a little bit.
The thing about Brandon. No, hold on.
Go ahead.
The
I'm
thing
listening.
about me and Brandon, when our parents had us, they was older parents.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
Why would a person 45 years old listen to the same thing a 5-year-old listen to, Brandon?
It happens but it does happen. If you don't grow mentally right, you can still be on par. You can still be on par with somebody else's music. But go ahead.
45
Uh-huh.
5 years old.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But can you, because is that music more timeless than the music being created now? You played older music on this stream, that we've had maybe on the live stream maybe a month ago. Because
When
that music, go ahead.
when Brandon's daughter was 5 years old,
Mm-hmm.
I went inside his house. See, when people got young kids and a
Uh-huh.
television, and a person don't got no kids around that age, when
Uh-huh.
you go inside the house, it be an experience.
Well, go ahead, because I want to hear
What
this. Because
what's on TV? You
uh-huh.
talking to Brandon, and you hear, "Yo, Gabba Gabba, yo, Gabba Gabba,"
Okay. But
and you
is that
can't turn it.
uh-huh. But is there
Dallas
that
playing in the Super Bowl, and you
uh-huh.
can't turn it. You
But is
know?
that in every household? Do you think everybody household is run in a efficient way or a smart way? Some people don't care. They will be playing the wrong type of music and it'll have an influence on people's lifestyle.
Okay,
Luckily, we had
you're
good
right
parents.
about that. Yeah.
Luckily, we had good parents, but I think it's different now. Like some people don't see a problem with some of the music. Some people don't see a problem with Sexy Red music. She's expressing herself. She's showing what I can't even bullshit with trying to explain her music, but she's proud. She's voicing what she want to do. She's in charge of her life, all that kind of stuff. She's a boss chick. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey,
maybe
Brandon,
that's what. Go ahead.
you ever had one of your parents ever smoke a black and mild in the den?
No, no, but no,
Why not?
because it's not the right thing to do. I'll just leave it at that.
But you think that does happen?
Yes, it happens for sure.
You
But can you tell somebody that's bad parenting? Can you do that? I don't think you can do
yeah,
it.
you can't do that because at one point I was smoking black and milds in the den. You know
Okay,
what I
but did you
mean?
have a child? Did you have a child around?
No, I was very young, barely the age of smoke tobacco.
Uh huh.
Yeah, but you learn not to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Brandon, you ever smoke black and milds
In the
inside the
house?
house?
No, that's thugging right there. No, I want to smoke a black. I like the flavor a black and mild has, but it's been a long time since I smoked. I wouldn't dare smoke it in the house.
you, you in that thing? See,
With an
people you not know.
ashtray. Huh?
See, me and Brandon's for an era.
Uh
We seen clean air and we seen dirty air.
huh. Okay.
Next time you go inside of restaurants, they said table booth. You say smoking section, please, and see
You're
what
right.
they say. Oh, don't say smoking. No, just say
That's
smoke.
that's a good. But so does that not exist anymore? Because it used to be a thing, right?
Brandon, when's the last time you
It's
smelled
I,
cigarettes
I
in the
haven't.
building?
I haven't. But it's something I haven't even thought of when I go to a restaurant. But that used to be a thing.
Yeah, it used to be a thing.
Every time you go to a restaurant, they say you want to be seated faster. You could go to the smoking area because that's what you would do
Correct.
sometimes because you didn't want to wait.
And
But that's
back
something I forgot about.
And back then, COVID didn't exist. They didn't have no ventilation system. So when you walked in it, it was like a thunderstorm on your right, but it's
Uh,
lightly cloudy on your left.
when did that stop being a thing? Because that's something I didn't even think about. That's something I kind of really forgot about completely.
But
So
do
they
you
banned smoking inside
man,
restaurants. I
man,
didn't
New
even
York
think about
City,
it.
you gotta watch it. New York City started this stuff at the beginning. This stuff may not be correct, so people just
Completely
call it.
factual.
New York started this stuff at the beginning. First, they say no smoking in the buildings.
Uh
Then they say no smoking in the hallways, no smoking in the stairways.
huh.
Eventually, no smoking on the sidewalk.
Right.
See, you got to remember, people. A lot of Anglos knows once one law get on the books,
Uh-huh.
1,000 laws go get on the books. So if
That
you
are
make
related to the law.
yes, so if you make one gun law, that'll lead to thousands. So you got
Yeah,
to
yeah,
ban them all.
yeah.
See, they started with no smoking inside where you eat at. Then no smoking in the hallways. Then the stairways.
Right.
Now, no smoking on the sidewalks. They go to a hospital. No smoking on the facility.
But that's crazy. Look, we dined in restaurant where people smoking just a couple feet away, like it ain't nothing. Like that was a normal thing. That was a normal thing.
It was.
I completely forgot about it.
It was. And you come out there, you 6 years old, you come out there smelling like booze and cigar smoke.
And it's okay.
and, and it's okay.
That's a regular Sunday.
Yeah,
Well, I say Saturday.
ain't nobody it was a death wish if you had a van snatching kids up. And we didn't play that shit back then.
Right. Well, why is that? Why is that? Because were people paying attention more, or it just wasn't a thing where because it happened, but it go ahead.
Because when the cops catch you back then, they was gonna catch you like this. And then show you on TV, like that used to show you, right?
Yeah.
Don't do it that ball.
Because they got body cams.
You blood it all up in the face. That's ass. Yeah.
That's funny.
That's how we used to do people back in the day.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. You do that. And they put you right up, stand you right on stage, stand up. Huh?
Oh no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that's the crack years right there. But yeah, it was I don't know, it was rough, but it wasn't that freaky type of rough.
I got you. All right, one more thing. I don't want to necessarily do that. You heard about this story with Marvin Sapp?
Yeah, Project 20. You know what? $20. I know about that story.
Okay.
What about it? He's doing the same thing here.
Right. She's trying to raise money for the congregation. He's like, look, y'all got a good show this Sunday, like how we put on a show with a man of the metaverse. And he said, look, y'all want to act like y'all donate money and put it on the Cash App, and it's not showing up when we run the numbers at the end of the night. So go ahead and lock them doors.
Lock the doors. I heard that's common in the black community.
Okay.
Close those doors, but see, it's the glare in his eyes. See, y'all don't.
So you should have went with that.
It's the glare in his eyes. Close those doors back there.
Right.
Yeah. Y'all ain't never had to do an Easter speech and look at the back with them doors open.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Kamikaze back there.
No, you're right. He's like, close the doors. And he's like, if you want to give digitally, go ahead and do that, but come up here and show us your phone so we can have proof that you did that. Because
I don't know, he did all that now, bro.
Well, I heard him say that. He said, if you're gonna do Cash App, that's fine, but come on, bring it down here and show us, or like bring it down as testimony or whatever. However he worded it. So you think people should have been given to the church? Because like I say, a church is a business. It's a place of worship. You're supposed to, but it is though.
It's a nonprofit.
It's supposed to be nonprofit, but are they paying people? Are those people putting their time in? I'm not defending it. I'm just saying this is how how a lot of people look at it. Like I've seen churches have to shut down just because they're not generating enough money. And it's like, we want to worship and give. I mean, we want to worship and put on a show.
Not Brandon now. Don't say church.
Ahead.
Now you talking about a big mega. Is this a mega church?
It could be. I mean, they've got somebody like him at the church. I'm not sure how big the church is, but
because all churches ain't the
not
same.
all churches, no, yeah, but I think some people overdo it as far as they want to have certain things in the church. They want to have, they look a certain way. The equipment is not cheap. It can start if you're not doing it right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're not doing it right and funds are getting misappropriated, you're gonna have some issues. Because I think sometimes people feel like they deserve more money. Like you think that most pastors get a salary?
Yeah, they get a cost of living and a salary, of course.
So if you're not making enough money, or your church is not pulling in, and like I say, people are going through a lot. So I don't think people are necessarily given as much as they normally would be in our era of going to church, just because people just, they just ain't got it like that, or they want to spend it a different way. because it's a lot of outlets. You don't necessarily have to go to church to hear a word. You can hear it at home. You can listen to audiobooks or podcasts or however you want to listen or get your word. So people not necessarily trying to have that your camera moving. People not necessarily trying to have that where
What the
right where I feel like I have to give a certain amount of money based on my income every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like people
well,
just not disciplined like that anymore. Like
this
I
is a
I
good
go ahead.
this is a good story. Brand, I'm about to run
Go
with
ahead.
it in a slightly different direction.
Go ahead.
2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
guess what, people? I ain't paid my tithes 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Not on purpose. I forgot.
Yeah.
And I looked at my checking account. I said, where I get all this money in for here from? How much money we talk about? It ain't that damn much,
500.
but but it's
Yeah.
money.
But you know something off.
It's something off. A week go by. I said, damn, I still got this money in. I thought all my stuff cleared.
Mhm.
I said, I probably didn't pay my tithes. Turned
Yeah.
out I did not pay my tithes, Brandon. And
Yeah.
guess what?
What?
My life changed.
Okay. I'm
I
listening.
said,
I'm not
damn,
laughing. It
I
changed
can get
negatively or
in it
positively?
negatively.
Okay.
I can buy some shit, that I really don't need at that
Yeah.
moment, but
Yeah.
I can splurge a little bit.
Yeah.
So see, people they like to splurging so much,
Mhm.
and they splurge so much they don't even know they can live without it, and that
Yeah.
splurging is hurting them.
But you think people get a joy or it's like a relief splurging, spending money recklessly on stuff we don't need?
Brandon,
It
it's the world.
mhm.
Don't 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 you like a cold beer?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, you could have drunk some water
Yeah, for sure.
and sacrificed that cold beer to God, but you
Yeah.
chose.
Oh, you didn't even open yours. Okay.
I did.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm about to say.
You chose. Man, this top of this shit dirty as hell. I'm about to drink it though. I've been touching that money. No, they got cocaine in that money. Uh, you chose to spend that money on that beer
Yeah.
instead of giving it to God.
Yeah, for sure.
Brandon, what you ate? What did
Today.
you eat yesterday, Brandon,
What I eat yesterday?
for dinner?
I had some brisket.
There you go. What I'm talking about. See, Brandon could have said, no, don't give me the $20 a pound brisket. He could have got some ground beef for $1.99, 73.27%,
Uh-huh.
and be satisfied and gave the rest to God. But he chose the world
I chose the
over
world. Okay.
giving to God. And that's what people do.
Yeah, for sure. And like I say, even whatever decision you make, like whether I go with the brisket or like tonight I'm gonna make a lasagna. It at the end of the day, it's all gonna be the same. It's all gonna be the same.
People. Let's count out 10, Brandon. Let's count out 10. Get
Go
your
ahead.
money, Brandon. Get your money. Count 10 out.
Okay, 10.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, you got 10, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So that'd be what, $200?
Yeah.
All right, God said, give me 10%. So we just take off one.
Yeah.
So you got
Oh, shit.
$180 to live off of.
Uh-huh.
You gave God his 10%. That's all you do.
Yeah. But you
But,
you
but
go ahead.
people instead of learning discipline
Mhm.
and more control over your life, they say, no, I want the worldly possessions too. And there you go.
I
That's
get what you're saying.
that's how people mess up.
Well, how do you think if you're not disciplined enough, how do you get back on track? What do? You do you go cold turkey? Like, do you ease into it? Or,
Yeah, easy. Start over 1%.
that's good. That's a good
Start
idea.
off with 1%. Because the problem is you're a dope head.
You
You're a
basically,
dope. You're a dope. You got a dope head. Watch this. You on that bottle.
yeah, right, right.
You know, you're gambling. You're doing
Yeah,
something
running
on
from
your
God.
stunt.
Yeah,
Running for. you're stunting. You a sin, and that sin
Yeah.
has caused you to not being disciplined, spend
Yeah.
all your money on that stuff.
Yeah.
So quit being the dough payer and pay your tithes.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Shit. Be a dope and watch this. I didn't pay my tithes last month. No, last paycheck. I said, God must have just blessed me. Because I don't want to have to repay.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You start
Because
looking for excuses.
I don't got like that.
Well, no, I got you. I got
And
you.
then I said, I'll go practice some gluttony. And what did I do? I went to Tractor Supply, video coming soon. You know,
What you get? Or you ain't gonna reveal it yet.
I got some seeds.
Okay.
I got some doggy treats that made one dog throw up 7 damn times in a day. Fucked up the whole Saturday. Yeah. And I took that back. And to climb it like this, you got to scrape that pot. I took
There you
that
go.
back.
Yeah, good job. I ain't mad at you.
That's $14 on my damn checking account. That's a lot of money.
Right. And that's a perfect way to tie it back around. Like we're in a climate where you don't have time to or the resources to waste. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a product and you're not satisfied with it, you
Yeah.
should try to take it back. Don't worry about how it looks or the optics or any of that kind of stuff. No, I got a product. It did not work. I want my money back.
And don't believe Brandon. It says sensitive
What?
stomachs. That's why I picked it up. But 7 throw-ups.
Yeah.
I hope nobody will hear it. I didn't clean out one of them up. 7 throw-ups, Brandon.
That's funny.
That motherfucker bag. It was $14.
What was it? It was a treat. It was like a
Dried
snack.
chicken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dried chicken. I looked at it back. I said, this got to be made in China. I looked at it, man. I said, I ain't buying this shit. I got to at least go American made for the dogs. Be giraffe meat. Chicken don't see. Look, I dried my chicken out before. It did not look like that.
You're right. You're right.
Don't look at damn orange, dark orange and brown.
Right. You've seen enough chicken. You kind of know what it looked like.
I dehydrated chicken. You got an air fryer? It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
dehydrate button over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Boil you some chicken because it's cooked, and then dehydrate it and see how it look. It'd be the white.
Yeah.